Hello friends, welcome to our new video. Today our name of the chapter is a tramp of surgery. So let's start. I was really worried about Ricky this time. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress and I was shocked at his appearance. मैं यहाँ पढ़ रहा हूँ A Tramp of Surgery Lesson and Explanation के अब अपनी बुक्स में देख सकते हैं आपका पहला पैराग्राफ होगा he had become hugely fat like a bloated sausage, with that leg at each corner. His eyes bloodshot and rheumy stared straight ahead, and his tongue lolled from his jaws. Miss Pumphrey hasn't explained. He was so listless. Mr. Heriot. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition, so I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up, some malt and cod liver oil, and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. Nothing much really. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? Oh, I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak I had to relent. He does he does love cream cakes and chocolate, so I can't bear to refuse him. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Ricky's only fault was greed. He had never been known to refuse food. He would tackle a meal at any hour of the day or night. And I wondered about all the things Mrs. Pumphrey hadn't mentioned. Are you giving him plenty of exercise? Well, he has his little walks with me, as you can see, but Hodkin the gardener has been down with lumbago, so there has been no ring throwing lately. Let's see the word meanings. Mistress means a woman in a position of authority or control. Bloated means excessive in size or amount. Sausage means an item of food in the form of a cylindrical length of minced pork or other meat encased in a skin, typically sold raw to be grilled or fried before eating. Lachu means inflamed or tinged with blood, typically as a result of tiredness. Rumi means watery. Lol means sit, lie, or stand in a lazy, relaxed way. Hasn't means be quick to do something. Listless means lacking energy or enthusiasm. Let's see next. Malnutrition means lack of proper nutrition. Cod liver oil means oil pressed from the liver of cod. Relent means become less severe or intense. Lumbago means pain in the muscles and joints of the lower back. So ये इसका meaning है that the narrator starts telling us that how he was worried about Tricky, a pet dog. The narrator, Mr. Harriot, stops his car as he sees Tricky with his mistress on the road as the narrator is shocked to see Tricky because he looks like a blotted sausage. He has become very fat. His eyes are red and watery. Miss Pumphrey, Tricky's owner, starts giving explanations. She told Mr. Heriot that she thought that Ricky was malnourished because he did not have any energy and excitement. She told him that she used to give him malt, cod liver oil, and a bowl of Horlicks at night, apart from his regular meals, so that he could sleep at night. Although she gave him so much to eat, she says that she doesn't give him much to eat. Then the narrator asked her if she had cut down on his sweets as he had asked her to do, to which she replies that she did it for a while, but she felt that he was getting weaker because of which she had to stop being so harsh with him. Also, she says that she is unable to refuse him cakes and chocolates as those were his favorite things. Then the narrator understood Tricky's problem. The dog was very greedy and could not eat any time of the day and could eat at any time of the day. He did not know how to say no to food when his stomach was full. The narrator also thought to himself of all the things that Mrs. Pumphrey would not have mentioned which she felt tricky. Again, the narrator asks Mrs. Pumphrey whether Tricky was exercising, to which Mrs. Pumphrey replies that she does take him out for walks once in a while, but he is not playing his ring throwing exercise as the gardener who takes him out to play is not coming these days because of pain in his lower back. आगे आगे देखते हैं. I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him some more exercise, he is going to be really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Heriot. I'm sure you are right, but it is so difficult, so very difficult. She set off, head down along the road as if determined to put the new regime into practice. Immediately, I watched their progress with growing concern. Ricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and the raincoat for wet days. He struggled on looking in his harness. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. The expected call came within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Ricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he had bouts of vomiting. He spent all his time lying on a rug, panting. Didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. I had made my plans in advance. The only way was to get Ricky out of the house for a period. I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. The poor lady almost swooned. She was sure he would pine and die if he did not see her every day. But I took a firm line. Ricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. In fact, I thought it best to take him without a delay, and followed by Mrs. Pumphrey's wailings, I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. Severe means very great, intense or intense. Regime means a system or ordered way of doing things. Tottering means move in a feeble or unsteady way. Tweed means a rough surfaced woolen cloth. Wardrobe means a large or tall cupboard or recess in which clothes may be hung or stored. Harness means a set of straps and fittings. Distraught means very worried and upset. Bouts means a short period of intense activity of a specified kind. Rug means a floor covering. Panting means breathing with short, quick breaths out of breath. Fortnight means a period of 2 weeks. Soon means a partial or total loss of consciousness. Wailing means crying with pain, grief, or anger. March means walk quickly and with determination. And let's see the meaning. The narrator tried to talk seriously to Mrs. Pumphrey that if she did not control Tricky's eating habits and increase his exercise, he would soon fall ill. He told her that she should stay strong and strict with him and put him on a strict diet. Mrs. Pumphrey accepted that although she knew Mr. Heriot was right, but it was too difficult for her to refuse him for anything. But then she left the place as if she was now ready to follow the new routine properly. Mr. Heriot was watching them go and looking at Ricky walking unsteadily. The narrator was also looking at the tweed coat that Ricky was wearing. He had a wardrobe full of these coats and also raincoat for the rainy days. This line also suggests that Mrs. Pumphrey was a rich lady, as she had a lot of money to spend on her dog. But the, but the narrator knew that soon he would be receiving a call about Ricky falling ill, and it came. The call came after a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was very upset as Tricky was not eating anything, not even his favorite dishes, and was vomiting frequently. He didn't even want to do anything. Being a veterinary doctor, the narrator knew that the only way to get Ricky well was to get him out for a house for a few days. He then suggested to Mrs. Pumphrey that it would be good to get Ricky hospitalized and keep him under observation for 15 days. Upon hearing this, Mrs. Pumphrey nearly fainted. She was sure that if Ricky did not see her every day, he would surely die. But the narrator kept his words. He told her that this was the only option as Ricky was very ill. The narrator thought it would be the best to avoid any delays and get him to the hospital as soon as possible. He went to their house and even though Mrs. Pumphrey was crying because she did not want her dog to go away from her. He took the dog, wrapped it in a blanket and put him in the car. Let's see the next. The entire staff was roused and maids rushed in and out, bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushion, toys, and rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, super bowl. Realizing that my car would never hold all the stuff, I started to drive away. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey, with a despairing cry, threw an armful of the little coats through the window. I looked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. I patted the head, and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old lad. Uh, I think यहाँ lady होना चाहिए. I said, you haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. At the surgery, the household dogs surged round me. Ricky looked down at the noisy pack with dull eyes, and when put down lay motionless on the carpet. The other dogs, after sniffing around him for a few seconds, decided he was an uninteresting object and ignored him. I made up a bed for him in a warm loose box next to the one where the other dogs slept. For 2 days I kept an eye on him, giving him no food but plenty of water. At the end of the second day he started to show some interest in his surroundings, and on the third day he began to whimper when he heard the dogs in the yard. When I opened the door, Tricky trotted out and was immediately engulfed by Joe, the the greyhound, and his friends. After rolling him over and thought, after rolling him over and thoroughly inspecting him, the dogs moved off down the garden. Tricky followed them, rolling slightly with his surplus fat. Later that day I was present at feeding time. I watched while Tristan slopped the food into the bowls. There was the unusual unusual headlong rush followed by the sounds of high-speed eating. Every dog knew that if he fell behind others, he was liable to have some competition for the last part of his meal. For beginnings, Rouge means a cause to stop sleeping, Maids means a female domestic servant, Rushed means done or completed too hurriedly or hasty, Supper means an evening meal, typically a light or informal one, Despairing means showing loss of all hope, Glanced means take a brief or hurried look, Patted means touch quickly and gently with the flat of the hand. Wag means with reference to an animal's tail, move or cause to move rapidly and to and fro. Surge means move suddenly and powerfully forward or upward. Motionless means not moving or stationary. Sniffing means the action of drawing in air audibly through the nose. Whimper means make a series of low, feeble sounds expressive of fear, pain, or unhappiness. Trotted means run at moderate pace with short steps. Engulf means sweep over so as to surround or cover it completely. Slop means spill or flow over the edge of a container, typically as a result of careless handling. Liable means likely to do or to be something. Hafiz, you please read the for the lines in the explanation part. Let me put my computer into the charger. Let's start. Let's see the explanation part. The maids were then woken up and asked to get out of the tricky stuff. The stuff included things like a day bed, night bed, favorite cushions, toys, rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, and snack box. Mr. Harriot knew that so much stuff would fit in his car, so he started rushing things. As the doctor was leaving with Tricky, Mrs. Pumphrey threw a lot of coats that Tricky used to wear in the car. As the narrator was turning the car on the run, he saw through the rear mirror that everyone was crying. He patted the little helpless animal who responded by wagging his tail. The narrator then thought and told Tricky that he knew that Tricky did not have any energy, but he surely had a way to get him better. As soon as they reached the hospital, all the other dogs gathered around the doctor. Tricky looked at all of them, and when the doctor put him down on the carpet, he couldn't even move. The other dogs then sniffed him and thought to themselves that he was a very uninteresting object and that there was no use of standing there and left. Then the narrator made a bed for Tricky in a warm box, along with other dogs. For the 2 days, the narrator kept him just on water and nothing else. On the second day, he roamed around looking at the place around him, and on the third day, he was also making noise to let the people in the hospital know that he too wanted to get out with the other dogs. When the narrator opened the door, Tricky quickly came out and was surrounded by Joe, who was a greyhound, and his friend. Again, after sniffing him for a moment, all of them left for the garden where Tricky followed them. Later in the evening, the narrator was present at the dinner time and was watching all of them, especially Tristan, as he was slopping the food. All of them were eating with great speed because they knew that if they didn't finish quickly, then other dog after finishing his meal would come to eat their meal. When they had and this is the next para that when they had finished, Tricky took a walk around the shiny walls, licking casually inside one or two of them. Next day, an extra bowl was put out for him, and I was pleased to see him jostling his way towards it. From then on, his progress was rapid. He had no medicinal treatment of any kind, but all the day uh, extra ball and was pleased to see him jostling his way around. From then on, his progress was rapid. He had no medicinal treatment of any kind, but all the day he ran about with his dogs, joining in their friendly scrimmages. He discovered the joys of being bowled trampled on, and squashed every few minutes. He became an accepted member of the gang, an unlikely silky little object among the shaggy crew fighting like a tiger for his share at mealtimes and hunting rats in the old hen house at night. He had never had such a time in his life. All the while, Mrs. Pumphrey hovered anxiously in the background, ringing a dozen times a day for the latest bulletins. I dodged the questions about whether his cushions were being turned regularly or his correct coat worn according to the weather, but I was able to tell her that the little fellow was out of danger and convulsing rapidly. The word convulsing seemed to do something to Mrs. Pumphrey. She started to bring round fresh eggs, 2 dozen at a time, to build up Ricky's strength. For a happy period, my partners and I had 2 eggs each for breakfast, but when the bottles of wine began to arrive, the real possibilities of the situation began to dawn on the household. It was to enrich Ricky's blood. Lunch became a ceremonial occasion with 2 glasses of wine before and several during the meal. Word meanings are licking means pass the tongue over in order to taste, moisten or clean it. Pleased means feeling or showing pleasure and satisfaction. Jostling means push, elbow, or bump against, roughly typically in a crowd. Scrimmages means a confused struggle or fight. Trampled means tread on and crush. Squashed means flat, soft, or out of shape as a result of being crushed or squeezed with force. Shaggy means long, thick, and unkempt. Forward means remain poised uncertainly in one place or between two states. Anxiously means feeling or showing worry, nervousness, or unease about something with an uncertain outcome. Dozen means 12 in number. Bulletins means a short official statement or broadcast summary of news. Convalescing means recover one's health and strength over a period of time after an illness or medical treatment. So its meaning is when everybody finished their food, Ricky went around looking at the shining bowls and also licked few bowls. The very next day, an extra bowl was put for him, and the narrator was happy to see him running towards his bowl. Then he started getting better really quick. He didn't he did not require any medicines and started playing with the other dogs the whole day. They all used to play with each other, bump into each other, walk over each other, and squash each other. All of the other dogs accepted him as a family member, although he was very different from others, as he was very well taken care of by his owner and the others were not. He also used to fight for his wins with the fellow dogs who were much larger in size than him. At night, he would also hunt rats in the hen house. He was enjoying as he had never done such things before. All this while Mrs. Pumphrey used to call more than 12 times a day to inquire about Tricky. Mr. Heriot used to avoid questions about the coast, beds, etc., but he told her that Tricky was doing very good and was recovering very fast. Mrs. Pumphrey wanted Tricky to recover fast. She started sending 2 dozen eggs every day for him. But Mr. Heriot and his partners would have 2 eggs each for breakfast. Then, to improve the quality of blood, Mrs. Pumphrey started sending in bottles of wine. Then it became Mr. Heriot's habit to have 2 glasses of wine before lunch and fuel along with it. We could hardly believe it when the brandy came to put a final edge on Ricky's constitution. For a few nights the fine spirit was rolled around, inhaled, and uh, reverently drunk. They were days of deep content, starting well with an extra egg in the morning, improved and sustained by the midday wine, and finishing luxuriously round the fire with the brandy. It was a temptation to keep Ricky on as a permanent guest, but I knew Mrs. Pumphrey was suffering, and after a fortnight felt compelled to phone and tell her that the little dog had recovered and was awaiting collection. Within minutes, about 30 feet of gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. The chauffeur opened the door, and I could just make out the figure of Mrs. Pumphrey, almost lost in the interior. Her hands were tightly clasped in front of her, lips trembled. "Oh, Mr. Harriot, do tell me the truth. Is he really better?" "Yes, he is fine." There's no need for you to get out of the car. I'll go and fetch him. I walked to the house into the garden. A mass of dogs were hurrying round and round the lawn in their midst ears, flapping tail weaving. There was the little golden figure of Tricky. In 2 weeks he had been transformed into a lithe, hard-muscled animal. He was keeping up well with the pack, stretching out in the great bounds, his chest at almost brushing the ground. I carried him back along the passage to the front of the house. The chauffeur was still holding the car door open when the tricky boy saw his mistress. He took off from my arms in a tremendous leap and sailed into Mrs. Pumphrey's lap. She gave a start, oh, and then had to defend herself as she swarmed over her, licking her face and barking. During the excitement, I helped the chauffeur to bring out the beds, toys, cushions, coats, and bowls, none of which had been used. As the car moved away, Mrs. Pumphrey leaned out of window, tears shone in her eyes. Her lips trembled. "Oh, Mr. Harriot," she cried, "how can I ever thank you? This is a triumph of surgery." The word meaning sir brandy means a strong alcoholic uh, spirit distilled from wine, female fruit juice. Constitution means the composition of something. Reverently means with deep and solemn respect. Temptation means the desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise. Compelled means bring about by the use of force or pressure. Awaiting means wait for an event. Gleaming means reflecting light typically because when clean or polished. Chauffeur means a person employed to drive a private or hired car. Clasp means grasp tightly with one's hand. Tremble means shake involuntarily, typically as a result of anxiety, excitement, or frailty. Fetch means go for and then bring back for someone. Halting means move or cause to move at the high speed, typically in an uncontrolled manner. Midst means in the middle of. Depth means thin, supple, and graceful. Style means feeding or showing sudden shock or alarm. Swan means move somewhere in large number. Shone means a quality of brightness produced. Which means the explanation in the paradise. Mrs. Pumphrey started sending in brandy. At that time, Mr. Heriot was not able to believe that Mrs. Pumphrey actually wanted them to give brandy to Tricky. They shared it amongst themselves. Some day Mr. Heriot used to feel very happy as he would start his day with an extra eggs. Then he would have few glasses of and in the afternoon and then ending the day in the evening. Because of all the things that were being sent for Tricky, Mr. Heriot was really tempted to keep him as a permanent guest at the surgery. He really wanted that Tricky should stay with them forever, but then he realized that Mrs. Pumphrey, who was like a mother to Tricky, was really suffering and really wanted Tricky to come back soon. After 15 days, Tricky was ready to go back home, and Mr. Heriot called up Mrs. Pumphrey to come pick him up. Within a few minutes, a long black car came outside. When the chauffeur opened the door, Mrs. Pumphrey was sitting inside, really nervous as well as excited. She was asking with nervousness in her voice that was Tricky really better, to which the doctor replied positively. Then Mr. Heriot went inside to get Tricky. When Mr. Heriot went to the garden behind the house, he saw all the dogs moving around in the garden, and Tricky was sitting between them. He had recovered wonderfully in the 2 weeks. He was looking much healthier, playing with the other dogs, and his chest was touching the ground. He had become a good muscular dog within 2 weeks. When Mr. Harriot took Tricky to the front of the house, he saw that the chauffeur was still holding the door of the car, and as soon as the Tricky saw his mother-like mistress, he was overjoyed. He ran away and jumped into the lap of Mrs. Pumphrey and stared, licking her face, barking in excitement. While all this was happening, the chauffeur and Mr. Harriot got all his stuff out to the car, which had not been used during the treatment in the last 14 days. When Mrs. Pumphrey was leaving, she leaned out of the window and said Mr. Harriot with tears of joy in her eyes that she could not thank him enough for what he had done. This is a triumph of surgery meant that the treatment was given to Triggy has been successful. So friends, our chapter is over here. Hope you have understood the chapter. Any doubts can message me in the comment box. Hope you all liked the video and understood the chapter. Thanks.